Well, Vina, thank you so much for this. I'd like to ask you a few questions. Now, in root camp, what we try to do is help understand how you get disconnected in relationships or connections, or just in general, what actually disconnected you that's just not healing. Okay. All right. Mother and father still alive? Are they still together? How long have they been together?
33 years.
How long?
33.
33 years. Wow, there's the threes. Okay. 33 years. Any siblings?
Yes. I
How
have
many?
a younger brother and a sister.
Older or younger?
Younger.
Younger. So you're the oldest?
Mhm.
Okay. Growing up, who were you closer to, your mother or your father? Okay. That's important, because the way that you're not responding in this case makes me ask the question, what do you trust about the connection to your mother and father? Okay.
I don't.
Do they know how you feel when it comes to them? So they think you're fine.
Yes.
So you often wear a mask of looking like you're okay to people you're connected to. 33 years of marriage. How old are you?
32.
32. So for 32 years, you experienced two people that you're connected to, and you're not able to recall when they were connected to you. So do you remember, how far back do you remember things? Do you remember anything from your childhood that you remember a happy time when you were with your parents and they both were loving on you? Would you by chance have a spiritual connection?
Yes.
And would you say right now you're actually creating memories to have happy times or miserable ones like you had in your childhood? That makes a lot of sense, doesn't it? So would you say that you're connected to the girl that went through that experience with their parents? So you've turned you and your twin, or the spiritual connection, into the parents that don't pay attention to the child. That didn't happen in the beginning, did it? You felt like this blissful feeling. Your judgment seemed to have disappeared. You felt free. Do you know how to stay connected to the girl that felt free? So what kinds of things are you doing to heal that? It's okay. Vina, look at me, Vina. Look at me. It's okay. You didn't do anything wrong, sweetie. How do you let anybody love that girl or be there for her? Your brother and sister, right? Who are you closer to?
My sister.
How many years younger is she than you?
16.
She's 16 now?
I was 16 when my mom had her.
You were 16. So you were an only child all the way up until you were 16?
No, my brother came in when I was 4.
Okay. And how you're closer to your sister, who came when you were 16. When you were 4, your brother was born. And how did you help mommy with your brother?
wanted him to stay in the hospital.
Uh,
I wanted him to stay in the hospital.
oh, sweetie, why?
Isn't that my decision? And I needed to. He would definitely not come.
Did you ever open up to your mom and dad about how you felt? At 4, 5, 6? Did you start acting out at some point?
Yes. All the way up until now.
Wow. So you know how to not let them love you by acting out. You probably do a lot of blame.
Yeah. Screaming, crying in a corner, not wanting anyone to touch me.
Sweet. So that girl on the inside, when did she ever have a voice in anything that happened?
Only when I'm screaming.
Well, here's a different question. Is this spiritual connection older or younger than you?
Say both.
You'll say both.
Yeah.
How do you mean?
Like,
Your head is shaking. No. How did you learn how to receive love from your mother or your father? Even now?
me little spurts here and there, but
Do you know how to trust love? No. Have you ever opened up and shared with how painful that is with anybody? It's okay. Hey, look, this is the last place you need to wear a mask. You've done that long enough. You're allowed to be connected to. This connection found you because it wants you to heal. It doesn't want you to stay in suffering. The thing is, it sounds like you got addicted to suffering. Some things we get addicted to because we're afraid to feel something different. You're just used to feeling pain and not letting anybody be there for you. Because when did you ever trust anybody would? So you keep abandoning yourself and sacrificing yourself for everybody else. And who gets to love the girl that doesn't want to do that anymore?
no one.
So the spiritual connection you have, did you see yourself in their eyes?
I don't know if I saw myself in their eyes.
Did you feel something that felt amazing?
Oh, I thought you meant like the judgment side.
Did you feel something that felt amazing? How's that not seeing yourself in their eyes? Oh, that's right. You don't let yourself be amazing. You see how that's a wound? Because if you were them, would you choose you? Did you feel that? That went through you? Yeah, you feel that? Can you tell me what that feeling is? Right here. You don't have to hide. You don't have to stuff it down. You're allowed to feel all of it. And you're allowed to be connected to. Because how are you going to trust connection if you're not connected to in this space right now? What did you learn about trusting connection? That it was for you or it wasn't? Do you feel that? It feels like you believe you can be replaced. Does that feel like something you did? Or feels like some way that you experience things? Dina, do you believe you can be replaced? Oh, Dina, that's not true. When did anybody ever tell you you could be replaced? When did anybody ever look you in the eyes and say that? Ever? Huh?
Um, my heart is pounding.
Yeah. It's called healing. Sometimes when you sit in the pain and don't run from it and let somebody be there for you, it's called healing connection. I'm not telling you you shouldn't feel this way. I'm not telling you shouldn't think like that. I'm not trying to take your belief systems away. I'm trying to let you see what your belief systems you give energy to. And do you have any truth to why you need to give them energy? So believing that you can be replaced, there's no truth to that. Your heart is allowed to be broken, open. When our heart gets broken, we tend to close it and call it protection. You ever protected yourself so much you never received love?
Yes.
Yeah. That seems to be a wound that the entire planet has. And they believe that they can protect themselves, but they don't see that they're protecting their hurt. They're not protecting their love. Because who teaches that?
You and Sharon.
We connected. But one thing that we realized, the hurt we were carrying enabled us to lie about a lot of things. We didn't know how to believe. Believe that the pain was for purpose. Believe that the pain could get you loved. And guess what, Vima? We're going to love you through your pain. Because how are you going to heal without that? I'm not telling you to let it go. I'm not telling you to just forget about it. I'm not telling you to, I don't believe you. You know what I am going to tell you? Don't hide your pain from me, from her, from anyone. Because how can you be loved if you do that? Will you actually heal if you're always hiding your hurt? will you heal if you let go of your pain?
Oh. Oh, it's always there.
Yeah. And there's a you inside of it. There's a you inside of that pain who can be connected to. Do you know how you know that's the truth?
It could be like.
Mm. You ever given birth to a child?
Yes.
Did you go into pain to do that?
Yeah.
And once you got deep into the pain and took that last breath and pushed and went into a really deep pain, did you hear a child's cry? Then you felt a whole bunch of love flood you? Well, why did you convince yourself that that's not in all pain?
So the judgment of my pain.
Judgment? What about judgment?
It's loud.
You give energy to judgment. So what's that doing for your pain? So just to clarify, you love labor. You know, the labor, you wanted to be in labor and never have the baby. Because that's all judgment is, isn't it? It makes something good or bad, right or wrong. When is that ever connected anyone? If your mom and dad knew the real you, could access the girl who had to feel all the pain, would you heal? So what's stopping you?
I know they did. Nope.
What do you want your mom and dad to know about you, about your heart, about your soul?
You're not special too.
If you don't trust connection with them, will you ever trust connection? How are you trusting connection to yourself to be connected to? Guess what? We're going to heal the fucking shit out of that. I don't know how to let you stay disconnected from your pain. I will fight for your pain. I will fight for the girl inside of your pain. I will not let your mind judge her and keep her disconnected anymore. It's okay, Vina. Do you have one good reason why you shouldn't be connected to your pain? Then you can heal. And you can love that girl on the inside the same way you do a brand new baby. And you can take her to your parents and go, you guys want to hold her? And then you just go like this. Do you realize the only thing stopping you from doing that is because it just doesn't make sense with the story you keep up here? And who knows about the girl? Who knows about the girl up in that story you have in your head? Do you even like her?
Mhm.
Do you like who you are in your story? So why would you ever let anyone you're connected to choose you? Mm. Do you know how to take your mask off of people you're connected to? and let them experience you vulnerable, innocent, truthful. We haven't gone deep yet, but I promise you this, we're going to go really deep because some roots need that. They need light, they need soil, they definitely need those tears so they can grow. You ever seen anything grow without water? Welcome to root camp. I'm glad you're here.
Thank you.
And thank you for letting me do this. Now, your homework, because there's lots of homework. You need to write a letter to your mother and father and tell them why you don't let them love the real you. Now, you're allowed to say whatever you want, how you want to say it, and you don't have to, you're not giving this to them. But you are going to read this here. Do you know why? Can you heal what you don't speak? You're allowed to be connected to, and you need to have somebody who wants to be connected to your pain and doesn't tell you to let it go.
But the more that I speak,
The more you speak,
the more that I speak, the more that I seem to push people away. Or they move from me.
well, may I ask you a question? Is there a you on the inside who tells the truth? And do they have access to her? So the more you lie, the further away they push you. Makes a lot of sense. And that's okay. Because sometimes the truth gets tangled inside a judgment and it's no longer the truth. So we got to find the truth. And then that's why you need to write this letter to both of them, okay? Because when you go to speak it, I'm going to be paying attention to your pain and pay attention to if you're attacking with it or you're opening it up to heal. We're going to stay connected to your pain, your hurts, the wounds that you've been through. You don't forget your past. You don't forget the hurt, but you don't stay connected to it either. And anybody who tries to get close to that, they're met with the same thing you're doing to yourself. So maybe you became your parents to you after you got hurt. How did you let them love you after that? Will be how you let yourself love you. Because do your mom and dad even know the real you? So you know how not to be the real you when it comes to those you're connected to? Did you believe you needed to be what they wanted you to be?
Yeah.
When did you tell them how that felt? Well, I guess we know what you're putting in your letter, don't we? So you get your letter done. You're going to read it here. We're all going to be connected to your pain. And we're not going to judge you. We're not going to tell you you're wrong. We're going to sit in the feeling, okay? Because how are you going to trust connection without that?
It's a lot.
I know.
It feels like it's doing this.
But you're not by yourself. When have you ever let somebody this close to you? When you feel this, You know what? Feel her too. Can you do your letter? And come back and you read it? Deep breath. No, your heart's open. It wasn't when we first started. And your aura's changed. The energy.
So you have purple coming from your face.
Yeah. That's called healing. It's like when you take pain and you stay in it. Change the color of all of your energy on the inside. You don't hide that. You let people love you when you feel like that. We have to find out what 4-year-old you learned about loving herself when her brother was in the hospital. Because something happened. Did you feel connected to? We're going to focus on her because she got disconnected from somehow. Whatever happens that I didn't want to come home from the hospital, it's very significant. And what disconnected you from connection? When you're 4 years old, you're vulnerable. So why aren't you allowed to trust love? Thank you for your time today. And I'll see you soon. You have the link, right?
Thank you.
Bye.